Welcome to another episode of the program, the Pandora Box. And you know that with the Pandora Box, you never get what you expect and you never know what you would open up the box to see. Today we're bringing you a wonderful, wonderful session with a politician par excellence. He's going to tell us his own views about the current crisis in the People's Democratic Party of Cross River State. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, Magdalene. Welcome. Happy to have you here.
Okay, so we are going to be talking with Ntufam John Okon, a former party chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Cross River State and an elder statesman of the state. So we're very glad that you've opened your doors to us today, and we would just want to go right into the purpose of this interview. What is your opinion on the current crisis rocking the party, especially given the by-election in the Northern Senatorial District?
Thank you and welcome to my abode. I'm very proud on the development. I believe that a lot of information, public, they will have a lot of information. You're talking about the crisis in the state PDP. It looks strange, but it's not strange. It's not a new thing. You know that a political party is aggregation of various interests, and that interest means that people have different interests, and they always try to make sure that their interest is protected or subdue other interests. I think the current issue can be said to arise from the effort of the party at the national level to build structures of ward, local government, and the state level, preparatory to the national convention. So, and it happens every 4 years in the cycle of PDP according to our own constitution. So what really has happened is that the various interests have been trying to dominate each other. You talk about, we call it Abuja Front. That's some of our brothers in the National Assembly, and of course the home base under the leadership of the governor, Senator Ben Ayadi.
So, sir, people blame the state's governor, Senator Professor Ben Ayadi, being that he's the leader of the party in the state for the crisis. Where do you think he got it wrong, or is he wrong at all?
I agree with you that he's the leader of the party, and the leader of the party, for good or for bad, must take some blame. Naturally, the consensus building process of the party was weakened because of the situation we were facing. Mind you, there was a period of lockdown. Most of the National Assembly members were at Abuja, and the governor was here in the state. From what I know, efforts were made to make contact with the National Assembly members and in the various local government wards and leadership. It so happened that in our own process, the structure is managed, led by the governor, and again the stakeholders at the local government and the ward key in. Because you see, if you want to take one list and leave the other list, the party will be broken into pieces, and they may not be able to have the kind of base support that PDP enjoys in Cross River State. So I think what National is trying to do is to ensure that there's harmony so that the PDP can be united and to work for the progress of the state.
Sir, we've noticed that there was a lot of violence in the by-election up north, and even after the elections, there were two candidates that said they were winners, and there were two announcements. But finally, thank God, one person has been officially announced. Has this caused friction in the party, and how is it going to be resolved?
I think naturally, from the scenario background I've given to you, you will know that what happened had to happen. The two lists, the state list, the national list, and the National Working Committee, mind you, that was not resolved in time until Right Honorable Jaribe went to court at Port Harcourt, and they were asked to use the list from the National Assembly. That list was there. Again, there was the three ad hoc delegates that had to be selected before the Congress. That was also done. So with all those kind of situation, you expected that there would be conflict. But to be fair to us, we saw the video clip that was not there. You saw that delegates were being screened and they entered and they started voting. But just like you heard, the National Working Committee said, look, we gave one panel, we expected one report, and from what we have heard, the election was conducted with delegate list, voting went on, and the chairman, secretary, and one other member confirmed and signed their own report. The other report now became like a minority report in which the National Working Committee accepted Dr. Odi as the candidate, since it was done at the venue. You know, mind you, the venue is so important, and those who conducted it are important. Any other person outside, cannot claim to be part of the election.
With the state of the crisis, and of course, tempers are high, people are feeling let out and all that. Why can't the elders of the party step in?
The national had set up a panel, to meet the two groups. When they bring out their report, they will now be able to know how to jump into the situation. So to be able to be a good elder, like you said, you have to maintain the balance, objectivity in what you are doing. The crisis must be managed in such a way that we don't cause a situation where PDP will lose out at the state level. Whether we like it or not, there will be friction, there will be challenges. I face it as a chairman under Senator Obieli, and it wasn't easy for us, but by God's grace we were able to manage it and came up on top. My advice is for us to be mature, to think about the interests of the party, because the party is the vehicle that gives us relevant. Because if we destroy the vehicle that is taking us everywhere, it means we'll be stranded. So my advice is patience, tolerance, and also doing what we may call give and take.